Hello and welcome to Goa 365's Face to Face. Now today with me I have a very distinguished guest from the Taj Group, the Indian Hotels company as it's called, Dr. Anmol Ahluwalia. He now heads Goa, and as I was just talking to him earlier, Goa, the Taj Group has got, or the Tatas has got 30 units in Goa. Doctor, welcome to our show.
Thank you so much. It's a great opportunity to be here, and thank you for having me over.
Doctor, it's like for us also, Taj Group has been like iconic Goa. Many people identified with Goa, like the Fort Agua, the Sinkeri. Also even in Bombay, I started my career there. We used to always go to the Gateway and see the Taj. But like before we get into that, the legacy and all that of Taj, tell us and your journey. I think you initially started your career with Oberoi's, right? 5 years.
Correct.
And
so I started my journey in 1997. I started by studying at a very prestigious hotel management school, IHCL Bombay. I was lucky enough to get through a campus placement, and I joined the Oberoi Management School, which was based out of Delhi. I worked with the Oberois from 2000 to 2005, where I think I was lucky enough to do a cross exposure in various hotels and departments. And then I worked and moved to Goa. That was my first job with the Taj Hotels in the year 2005. And as they say, forever here, and very well settled at the Taj Hotels now.
But you didn't move out of Goa. You, I think must be 18, 19 years that you're with the Taj?
Correct. 19 years now with the Taj Hotels.
Okay. Anyway, so I would like to just, get into a little bit more details. Like, what are you guys doing now? We heard about this, like you're at this Braille, and this is something that's your initiative. Like, how did you guys start, and what is that what you are doing now? Because you have so many, and you have a brand in Goa. It's a huge brand. People want, look to the Taj if they want anything. What is new before we go into the old?
Okay, so the new is we were extremely excited about the new initiatives by the Goa government with the Purple Fest, which was happening, and I think that prompted us to realize that we have to be working towards diversity and inclusiveness. And we wanted to ensure every hotel of the Taj had something to offer to people who are coming down suffering with disabilities, and we should be prompt enough to be ready for serving those customers. And that is why we decided that every Goa hotel should have a Braille menu. We wanted to educate our staff to be able to communicate in sign language, and that is something which we are undergoing training right now. We wanted to also ensure we give a focus and emphasis on various facilities which are available for people with disabilities, and that is why I think Purple Fest was a great opportunity to partner with the Goa government and come forward and do this.
It's a very good initiative, because I have not seen, now we move around, we go to restaurants, hotels. I have not seen this type of an initiative. This is very good. Like, how did you it must have some sort of eureka moment must have been there when you decided to get into this. I think just for curiosity.
But I think the very ethos of the Taj is about trust, awareness, and joy. And if every customer from every segment of life is coming down to us, they are trusting us to be able to give them the required service. They expect that the Taj should be the brand where they will be able to get univocal services, and that is why this was a thought process which started that. The awareness came because of the fact the guests were asking for it. The world is evolving. We wanted to ensure that we have segmented services available for every customer who comes across, and the joy which came by developing this was when customers could acknowledge and see all these things available within the Taj.
Commendable. Doctor, tell me now, what has been the journey of the Taj? Because I think the Fort Aguada was the first thing, like how, and now from there to 30 properties all over Goa is huge. 30 is huge.
It is a great, it has been a great journey. I think our current managing director, Mr. Chatwal, had laid down a path for us called Ahvan 2025, which clearly sets the expectations of every employee working within the organization at IHCL. and we are lucky enough to be able to walk on that path. And yes, 30 hotels from 1974. The first hotel of Taj Fort Aguada, which was, I think, the beacon of hope in the state to bring the tourism in the state. And now with 30 hotels, I think we have also, like the Goa government and as the Chief Minister's vision is to go Goa beyond beaches. Even IHCL is moving beyond beaches, and we have got 30 different properties which are either Taj Hotels or Vivanta or Selections. We have got Amma, we have got Gingers, we have almost every vertical present in Goa, and for various customers at various price points, at various local ethos available for them to choose from. So yes, there has been a huge journey of evolution. This is as far as rooms are concerned. And of course, there has been a huge evolution even in the culinary space.
Okay. Yeah, this talking about, like, before we go to the culinary, the rooms now, like, how did you all decide to get into these high-end villas, these Amma trials?
So I think COVID was one of those
Okay.
opportunities which brought to us the requirement of the changing customer mindset. COVID was something which was an adversity, but it also gave us a silver lining because we realized the requirements of the customers were changing. And that was something which gave birth to both Amma as a concept and Cumin, which is our quick service restaurants and delivery of food app. Again, as I said, our managing director was very quick along with the entire corporate team to sense that this was a changing requirement of our customers, and Goa also took onto the leap, and we entered into the home segment, which was the homestays or the Amma villas. It started with 2, and today we are very happy to have almost 20 of them.
20?
Yes, we just opened 4 villas last week. This happened in Goa at the Fort Aguada, and these are the 4 new Amma villas that we have. So yes, 20 homestays in Goa.
But what is the USP of Amma Villa? How do, like, there are, Goa has got so many villas, and so, Goa has become one of the things. But what is it that the Taj group, that the IHCL, sort of a USP for people to be attracted to this particular type of thing? I mean, they can go to any Taj hotel, they'll get the same service.
Yes, they will get the same service, and that does not change. So
Yes.
the consistency remains, but what is unique?
But
The unique point is that your homestay concept is your one-stop shop for luxury, for comfort, and for discreet service. You do not have to look outside for anything. Each villa that we have has been built in a community or in a society or in a village, keeping in mind the ethos of that village. If we have a villa at Moira next to the church, it has been built in mind keeping that the society, the village, the people within the village should benefit from it. So we have tours in which we take the guests on a guided walk around the village. We would like them to be able to experience the local puder and how the bread is being brought to your doorstep. We would want them to go down and see those fishermen who are catching the fish and bringing it down to your doorstep. So we wanted to bring Goa to your doorstep. We wanted you to experience what makes Goa special and why when you go back, you take back a little bit of Goa with you. And that is what the speciality of Amma is.
So it's curated, and you really take the trouble to ensure that people actually imbibe. Otherwise, like, if you, I mean, no offense, but if you come to any of the Tajes, you go there, you go, and then you go back mostly. So this is something which the experience is much better. Is
Correct.
this what you're trying to say?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Now, also food and all, you all do local food or
absolutely.
Whatever.
Every villa comes along with their with the chef, and we take a pride in the fact that we provide the customers an opportunity to learn and understand the Goan cuisine. And there is so much of depth around with it. So yes, every villa comes along with its opportunity of a culinary escapade.
Okay. Yeah, thanks about that, doctor. Now we are talking. Now let's get into the food. Now, since we are on food itself, now at your hotels, you have so many. Some from what we are like, Paper Moon is there.
Yes.
So many sort of super specialty restaurants are there, fine
Right.
dining. So how, like, that's something new in Taj. What was it
So
there?
in the last 2 years, Goa as a brand, as a city, as a state, has also evolved as far as a culinary destination is concerned. And along with the state's evolution, what has evolved has been the culinary offerings of IHCL within Goa. If I take an example of Taj Fort Aguada, Taj Fort Aguada has got a beautiful offering of Paper Moon, which is an authentic Italian restaurant, which is one of its kind in India, and we are hoping to increase its footprint in various cities. But the first experiment has been at the Taj, and it has been very good in Goa. At Holiday Village, we have opened up a House of Nomad, which is one of the most eclectic lounge bars that we have. We have got Seven Rivers, which is a microbrewery. It is one of its first kind of a beer brewing garden that we have. It's a beer garden with a brewery attached, with microbrewery attached to it. So yes, culinary scape has been changing within the state of Goa and at IHCL also.
How's been the experience? Are people, coming there, or are they, or is it? It's been a struggle to educate people about these various.
I think beer has been there, and I think culinary experiences for guests have always been there within the state. But if I take an example of, let's say, Paper Moon, it has been a great revelation to people that fine Italian cuisine exists beyond a pasta and a pizza also. Yes. And people have actually taken a liking to it, because when they come across out there, they realize there is so much more to an Italian cuisine. Similarly, if we speak about the microbrewery, we are not just brewing a regular beer which is being served across to a customer, but we have flavors of Goa, whether it is the poi lager or the poi bread flavor, or whether we have got kokum as a flavor. I think we still want to bottle Goa to you as a memory when you actually take your first sip, whether you enter into a beautiful location like Fort Aguada and you have your first Italian experience overlooking the sea, or whether you come into a microbrewery and taste Goa in your first sip. I think it's always, the Goa remains the first and the foremost thought process, and everything else revolves around it.
Dr. Goa, once upon a time, was not really known for its food. There were, a lot of us are foodies, but we had to go to say Hyderabad or Pune or Bombay, very different other countries also to get good food. But you think this is slowly changing in Goa?
Absolutely. I think Goa is becoming a culinary capital across the country. What Bombay and Delhi had to offer is exactly and far much better what Goa has to offer. If we take examples across cross-cutting industry, various hotel brands are there, various standalone restaurants are there. We have small-end, high-end, middle-end restaurants. I think every person has a pie, and everybody has got something to offer when they come down to Goa. So as for a customer, there is too much to choose, and even as various industry partners, we have too much to offer. So I think it is a very well-balanced approach towards customers who are looking to indulge into culinary scape.
Yeah, but once upon a time, Goa did not have that quality of food. So now you feel that we are slowly getting there, or we
absolutely the connectivity from Goa has food. The connectivity has increased, because of which the ingredients which are coming into Goa has improved. People today have actually gone back to the concept of farm to fork. So people are buying fresh food. People want to go back to the farmers and bring the freshest of catch from the seafarers. Go down to the farmers and pick up the latest and the freshest spices and bring them back to the restaurant. So I think food has also evolved. The culinary scape has evolved over the last decade.
So it's more than like just our normal like fish fried and
of
fish
course
curry
there
rice,
is, yes.
or the Indian cuisine.
Correct.
It's gone to more.
Yes.
That's what you feel.
Yes, absolutely.
But people are coming and people are paying and people are actually going to those places.
Absolutely. Yes, it has become, the journey has become experiential and people are enjoying that.
Okay, fine. Now another thing, Doctor, Taj has always been known for its people centric. It's known for keeping people first and all that. So some of the things that the group has been doing, or the hotel part has been doing, is involved with the government in skill training and all. What is that exactly?
So Tata Stride, which is one of our sister concerns, has been working with building the skill development as far as youth in Goa is concerned. The center has been set up at Ponda, and we are currently taking batches of students who train there. We are actually the knowledge partners. We have students who come and study and train. The batch, once they passes out, comes and trains in our Taj hotels, which we have within Goa, various IHCL properties, and then they are skilled enough to get employment. So we are generating employability and employment both for the state of Goa.
That is, the skill has been an issue in Goa, right? Because there are a lot of people with the basic sort of talent, like they speak English, presentable, friendly, but that skill part. So then, do you all get a lot of people, and where do they go after that from Goa?
So yes, we get a lot of people. I think government also was extremely eager that skill building was one of the biggest focus.
Yeah, it's one of the focuses of the government.
And the government, and I personally have seen over the last 1 year various initiatives, various programs being conducted in which the focus has been on youth and on skill building. And yes, we get a lot of applications on a bi-monthly or a tri-monthly basis of people who are interested. There is a very strong apprentice training program which is running across all IHCL properties, across all 30 hotels, and I think we are skilling people to now learn and gather a skill, whether it is culinary, whether it is housekeeping, whether it is food and beverage. When these students get passed out, many of them get absorbed within the IHCL property, so there is a huge amount of portfolio available to them to choose, and otherwise they spread out within the state of Goa or outside and they start working. I think primarily they spread out within the state of Goa and they get employment. There is a requirement of trained youth in Goa, and I think this is a great initiative to give back to this industry and to the society.
Yeah, this talking about requirement, there's a huge requirement in Goa because a lot of people are coming in from out directly.
Correct.
But the level, see, I don't know, besides say few like Taj or Marriott or so very few restaurants, you know, that level of skill is not there in the hospitality industry in
True.
Goa as yet. So how do you see this? Do you feel that maybe in the next 5 years or so would even a general, forget about fine dining restaurant, would it have a better quality of service? Would it have a better, would this initiative help in that?
Absolutely. I think as organizations, and now that we are running the skill center, we are not just doing knowledge impartment. We are also working upon mindsets. We are working upon personality. We are also working upon communication skills, and I think once you are working on a whole package of a colleague whom you are training, that makes a huge amount of difference, because when they join the industry and they get the kind of impetus which they should have got in the first place, that inspires many more others to come and join back. So I think once you have a successful batch which passes out and gets employed and they start working, it automatically becomes a trendsetter or a torchbearer for many others, and they join back the industry.
Hospitality industry today is the industry in Goa. I mean,
Absolutely.
earlier it used to be mining, but today I don't know what's going to happen to that. Nobody knows. I don't think anybody actually knows.
Absolutely.
Everybody talks about it. But hospitality, so there is a huge, you feel, say in the next 10 years or 15 years, you feel there's a huge need for trained manpower with the proper mindset,
Absolutely.
with the proper skill sets. Do you feel that?
Yes, absolutely. And I think industry is eager to get more and more such trained, well-skilled youth. And we are, even if they're unskilled, the responsibility lies on the industry to convert them from unskilled to semi-skilled, semi-skilled to skilled, and to be able to help them grow within the industry. As industry grows, people should also grow.
Fair enough. Now, another thing also now, since we were talking earlier, you were telling us that Goa was known for, sun, sand, like whatever, the beaches, water and all that. So, Taj has been shifting, like the government, it's a vision of the government, it's saying hinterland and tourism and all that. Your group also has been shifting to the hinterland and to
Correct.
see. So, could you give us some details on that? Explain.
I think there is a lot of Goa to offer, and I think it will be very unfair to say that it's only the few and far in between coastal hotels which should get the impetus or should get the spotlight. I think Goa as a state has a story beyond the beaches, and the government was very quick to pick up this entire storyline, and not far behind was IHCL, and we also feel that there is so much of Goa that is to offer. We have just very recently opened our latest addition to the hotel, to the company, which is Yellow House, which is located in Anjuna, Arpora belt, and that hotel is doing fairly well.
It's a hotel or it's a...
It's a hotel.
Okay.
It is a small boutique hotel.
Okay.
And as I see the evolution happening, we are in the process of opening 3 more hotels in the next coming 1 year, and I think these are all hotels which are not at the beach belt but close by and within the city, and these are located in beautiful villages, and Goa has so much of history attached, and every place has such value that I think, yes, the storyline is very, very strong about Goa beyond beaches.
When you mean boutique hotel, what do you mean? 5 rooms, 10 rooms, 15 rooms? What
This is a 50-room hotel.
50?
Yes.
It's not a boutique hotel?
It is boutique because every room is unique. Every corner of the hotel is boutique, is unique. Every service is unique. The coffee shop, the various offerings, the public spaces, everything has a history attached to it, and a history which reflects Goa.
Okay. No, normally when you talk about boutique, I think it's a smaller...
When you speak about boutique, yes, there could be two different parlances that we can compare. One is about size, and one could be about unique offerings, experiences.
Okay.
Yes.
So here it is more about...
More experiential.
Correct,
Yes.
absolutely. Now, Doctor, another thing I would like to know is that now you feel tourism in Goa has got a future. You said this.
Yes.
But like say, we need to do few things.
Absolutely.
You feel we need to do few things, or everything is fine and perfect here for tourism to really evolve and grow over, say, the next 25 years.
Right.
I'm not looking at a 5-year thing, a longer thing. Like, see, when Taj started, as you said, when Taj started in Sinkeri,
Right.
Goa was more a hippie sort of a destination.
Correct.
But then Taj started, and then slowly the 5-star culture, that quality, what people expect from Goa, what people see in Goa, then destination weddings, it's become an event, huge event place plus. So next 25 years, where do you see tourism to grow? And what do you think we need to do as the industry, or as Goans, or as a state and center, because the center is very much interested in what happens in Goa.
Sure.
What do you think we should do? What should be our vision, and how should we go about it?
I think the vision was very clearly laid down by the Prime Minister when he said that in one of his Mann Ki Baat sessions, when he said that he sees a lot of people, Indians, high net worth Indians, going abroad for weddings, and he felt that people should come back and do those weddings in India. It was also in the message that he sent across very recently, which spoke about Indian islands, which are so beautiful and unique, and why can't we explore them, and why can't those things come out more prominently. Similarly, for Goa as a state, I think the vision is very clear. I think the government is already working. We have just got a new airport which has got added, so connectivity is increasing. I'm sure with connectivity, multiple things will also improve, because we need to have presence at the new airport. We need to develop the infrastructure connecting the new airport to various cities and villages and towns of Goa, and I think, I'm presuming there is a plan for that also, to be able to build far more roads and bridges, and to be able to work on that particular lines. Goa is also slowly evolving as a center for Ayurveda, with the coming up of the new All India Institute of Ayurveda Sciences at the new airport. I think there is a potential to develop the state like Kerala, also to develop Goa as a hub and center for Ayurveda, because I'm sure passengers and tourists and travelers coming down from various European countries would be interested to explore this. So there is a roadmap, there is definitely a vision, and Goa can do extremely well. From being just a beautiful destination for leisure, it can today become a great destination for weddings. It can be, as you also mentioned, and the government has been speaking about hinterland tourism, Goa beyond beaches. I think the roadmap is clear, and the next 25 years are very well set.
So you feel that there are more aspects of Goa,
yes,
that can be explored, can be developed more
absolutely
than only the beaches.
Yes,
also,
absolutely.
I mean, I know you probably will not say it aloud, but we need a lot of infrastructure on the beaches, basic infrastructure for the see, because I don't know if somebody who comes to a beach and he hangs around there will probably go to the Taj. I don't know, but there are all types of tourists, right?
Of course.
So that sort of infrastructure. But besides that, also different genres, as you said, you experience, adventure, hinterland. So that you feel could be another facet of Goa tourism.
Absolutely, these are different branches which are in the stages of development. Earlier we used to speak about MICE, which was about conferences, then became destination weddings became stronger, and now is the time for many of these other sub branches to become larger and stronger. Working from home, for example, homestays, for example, these are all various branches of tourism which are expanding, and I'm sure Goa has a long prosperous way forward.
But this type of tourism, see, once upon a time Goa was very famous for charters.
Correct.
So you feel charters will actually continue, or is slowly going to be dying out? Because a lot of this space has been taken over by locals, by Indians from
Correct.
other places.
Yes.
Not at all levels. I'm not only
Correct.
talking about the top level, even middle and even at the sort of the lower people who come in vehicles, you know.
Right.
So you think there is a future for charters?
I think there is a future for tourism. I would not want to bifurcate that by saying foreigner traveler or an Indian traveler.
No, I'm not talking about.
No, I'm generally
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
I'm generally saying a charter or an Indian. I think there is a huge amount of potential for tourism, and whether that space is filled in by a guest who's coming through a charter or a free individual traveler who's coming from Europe to India or America to India, I feel there is a huge amount of potential. It is just the perception which is something which the spotlight has to be continuously on, so that the perception keeps evolving from just being a coastal belt to being a state which has multiple offerings. And once these offerings are very well presented to the international traveler, I think the sky is the limit.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you on that, Doctor. Now we are out of time, and it's been a real pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Here. I hope you will not be a stranger, and we'll see you more often here.
I look forward to interaction.
Thank you. Now this was Dr. Anmol, who has taken over, who is in charge of all Goa, the IHCL group, and I think he has put it very eloquently what exactly, besides the Taj, even tourism in Goa can and will probably have to look like if you look at a 25-year sort of a range. Thank you, Doctor. Again.
Thank you so much.
And keep watching Goa 365.